season we have been waiting for. The Real Housewives of Atlanta. Oh my God, it's back. I cannot wait. Let's get into it. I wish I could remember the taglines, but I can't remember. But they're in my mind, but I cannot reiterate them. The only tagline that I did not like was Drew's. I keep you on the edges of your seat. That was a flat for me. But anyway, let's move on. So, Kenya. We see Kenya, she's practicing for Dancing with the Stars with her partner Brandon. Brandon's her amazing dance partner. He's so nice. He's an amazing dancer. He's supportive. We see a little flirtatious music and lighting and everything. I'm like, he a little young though, but I'm not mad. Kenya, get it. Marlo comes in with the exact same outfit that she wore in one of her routines. She dressed as Rizzo for Grease on Dance with the Stars, and it was a nice homage. It was a nice support for Candy. I mean for Kenya. Kenya was there as well, and Marlo has a peach. She's the peach. She's been waiting for this peach all this time. Even the producers was like, Marlo, don't act brand new. We know who you are. And of course, we look at all the iconic moments of Marlo coming into the season, like that whole pitching, squealing back and forth between her and Sheree with Eva. Like, oh my God, just a lot of Marlo moments, right? So, Marlo is talking about receiving a hair transplant because her edges were not growing in. I don't know, she said she went to the same doctor as Drew. That's what I heard, but basically, they take hair from the back and then plant it in the front, which looks grueling. And that's how the hair will be growing from that point. And then she's looking into the confessional and like, see my edges? They're growing. I said, that's a wig, Marlo. That's not your edges. That's a wig. Anyway, so they're going back and forth about dating and interest. You know, is Kenya in love with her dance partner because he's kind of cute? Then Marlo, are you in the dating world? She said she was dating someone, but it was just fun. You know, it wasn't nothing much. And it was still the question of, what do Marlo do for a living? What does she do? Then she's talking about how her fashion room, Le Archive, is coming up to do a showroom event because she has handpicked very fashionable designs that everyone can come and rent. Because she wants to be a exclusive rental costume design. I can't find the right ending of that word, but basically she wants to be able to style and design for major events, TV productions, movies, red carpets, where you can have exclusive designs rented by me, which is something really cool. Because she last week it posted her showing the event space, and she just styled Tammy Roman for an upcoming show that Tammy Roman is doing, which is in this month as well. And then she goes on to talk about how, I dated a billionaire before. And he had properties. Candy and Kenya was like, girl, get away from this billionaire. You still talking about how you dated a billionaire a decade ago? And that all this money riding in phantoms, wearing at least $10,000. And obviously the money that he's giving you, you have found some way to make it last. So then we see Sheree. Sheree is back in the building. And Kenya starts off with the questions about Tyrone. So, Tyrone, he's back home? Is he out? Yes, he's out. After being in jail for so long, he's finally come home. The man that she's been holding on to for so many years, her storylines and her body, has finally come home. He's in parole in Philly, and he can't come to Atlanta yet. But they want to know, how was the sex? Was the sex good? It was quick, but good, which can be expected, and all that pimped up in prison. And then now she's talking about how the Kenya that she met years ago was so mean, but now that she had Brooklyn, she sees a softer side of her and she wants it to continue. I mean, yeah, but at the same point in time, Sheree. Okay, I'm gonna leave it alone. I'm gonna leave it alone. So Kenya keeps on asking questions because she wants to know, how often do you see him? Twice a month. Okay. Then Sheree said they're practicing abstinence. Kenya, Candy, and Marlo. Huh? What? Do you want to keep him? Practicing abstinence for what? Why are you practicing abstinence? Because she wants to be certain that this is the man for her. that if I just keep it locked, clink clink, then he can show me that he's the man for me and that he won't be out of here roaming around the streets. Okay. Are you sure? Are you worried about him seeing other people? Are you worried about him roaming? I mean, she said he loves this wife. That's what she said. But at the same time, you only gave it to him one time. You want him to nurture and praise and, take care of you as well. I mean, because in fact, you've been on hold from having any dick while waiting for him to come out. And then the one time you give him, you want to say, okay, let's practice abstinence. Girl, that's not going to work. I guess, Sheree, do what you want to do because that's not going to work. This is like, you ever seen Love at the Lockup? That's not going to work. So back to Kenya. No love connection because she's not fully divorced yet. And Kenya was like, I thought you been got divorced. She said, I did too. They had a family vacation back in June and he hasn't seen his daughter since then. Ain't shit ass dude. How are you going to have a vacation? How are you a father? And you don't spend time, you don't look for ways to see your own daughter? This is your daughter. Kenya didn't have her by herself. I don't care what issues you have with Kenya. You should still make ways to still be a present parent in your child's life. Oh, I can't stand that. And Kenya is done. She wants the papers to be signed, sealed, and delivered. I don't know what he wants. He's not saying what he wants. I don't care what he wants. I want him to sign the papers so I can be free. And I'm happy that Kenya is now ending this chapter, this farce of a marriage that she's been struggling so hard to keep, but this was not the one. I'm happy she got broken out the deal because I think that's what she really wanted. But this man, leave him alone. Just leave him in his nose ring out. Just goodbye. So then we're talking about Candy and how her and Todd are going through a slump period because they're so busy, and by the time they want it, they fall asleep, which I can understand. I really can. I am a moving mother to helping my husband with his business, even though he be gone. I be just so freaking tired and I want it, but then I don't want it, which I can understand. But maybe just some relaxing and some moves, some date nights to probably get the spark back in things. If they're not having sex like that, I can understand. I really can. Then Marlo said, girl, just take it. When he wants it, just take it. Lay on the side so he can just, take it. That's not going to work, Marlo. I can't be half asleep and my husband wants to give me. No, that's not going to work. So Marlo said if she was to quit 1 or 2 jobs, then she'll have free time to go fuck on her man. Okay. Marlo. After that scene, Marlo's waking up in her home, waking up her nephews, because she's a Monty, a mom and a fun auntie all in one. Because her nephews are living with her because her sister is currently incarcerated. Now, at first, it was supposed to be just for a weekend, but it sped on to 3 years of her nephews living with her. And at first, it was all about Marlo being fabulous, spending money, buying designer clothes, to now waking up at 6 in the morning, making sure her nephews brush their teeth, wash their face, take a shower, make sure to eat their vitamins. And she's making breakfast, come down early. And it's just nice that she is not looking forward, but I like seeing this side of Marlo. How she's being caring and nurturing. I really like it. I do. And at first, when they came to her, they were eating McDonald's, frozen pizzas. But now they're wearing Yeezys, driving around in, Rolls Royces. She wonders, am I creating little monsters? Like, I know y'all got it good like that, but don't forget where y'all came from. That's important. Which is nice, though. It's nice you're giving your nephews a sense of a different type of lifestyle, but you're still teaching them rules, values, morals, not making the money change them. That's really nice. It's really important. Drew. We're back with Drew. I was not expecting for her to come back because she really rubbed me wrong last season. Extremely wrong. She rubbed me wrong. And I like Drew as the actress. But as far as seeing her on the Housewives, I was like, not too certain. So, she's preparing to go work out with Ralph, full makeup and all. And they're both just talking about how they're athletes, how she went to track, almost went to the Olympics. Ralph used to play football at Rutgers. Then the producers asked her, what position did your husband play at Rutgers? Blank. She didn't know. She said, I'm a girl. I don't think I should know that. It doesn't even matter, Drew. It's something about your husband. When you and your husband started dating, y'all never talked about what y'all did when y'all were growing up, a sport y'all played, position y'all played. You never talked about those types of things. So she literally had to call him and say, babe, what position you played at Rutgers? He said, oh, I was a receiver, but I didn't play any games. I was part of the team. What? You didn't play any games. I was part of the team. So the whole time, you didn't play any games? No. I mean, we mean the whole time. No, I was on the team for 2 years. She said, you're on camera, say less. That was so embarrassing. What the hell? Did y'all not prep this? Did y'all not prep for this type of conversation to be on camera or something? This don't make no sense. Ralph, how do you not know you played on the team? And how do you not know how long you played on the team? And you was on the team for 2 years. Did you play football throughout high school? Or was football in college the only thing you tried playing at? I'm lost at that point. Whatever, fine. She said he made the D1 team. Let's not take it away from him. He took it away from himself when he didn't even know what you meant when you asked him. You didn't what position he played. He was a receiver. Fine. Whatever. They get him on nerves already. Whatever. So they walk into the gym. We see Sonya Richardson Ross and her husband Aaron Ross. Sonya Richardson, a 4-time Olympic gold medalist, and her husband, a 2-time Hall of Fame. Was it all-time? Oh God, he's a football champion, and I can't think of the name. A 2-time football champion, I think is what it is. Yeah, 2-time football champion, and realizing that they're in for trouble because both her husband and Sonya are fit people. They're gym people. Y'all not gym people. We can see. So Drew has a workout called Dropping It with Drew, which is a workout plan, a fitness plan, helping people lose thousands and thousands of weight. Now, she is not the poster child of of someone who works out. She's not. But she is a woman who struggled with her weight. I said, okay, cool. She was approached to be the face of the program. Now they're in Chicago, Atlanta, and Florida. Okay. So they started off with a first challenge, pretty much a run to the wall and back. Without even trying, Sonya was beating Drew. And Drew looked like she had never run a day in her life. And I'm not trying to be mean, but that's how it looked. Literally, Sonya took like 5 steps. She was sprinting. It wasn't even a run. And she said I wasn't even doing full speed. I literally was able to get to the other wall. If I was doing full speed, I would have been all the way out of Atlanta before Drew hit that wall. So now all types of exercises, weightlifting, exercising, jumping. And Sonya thought that Drew and her husband would be killing it in the gym. But she can't even drop a squat. Interesting. I thought the Pittman's supposed to be killing the gym. Never mind. Because they're not workout heads like that. They not. No matter what Ralph tried to say, no matter what Drew tried to say, y'all don't work out the gym like that. So, how she met Sonya, she met her through a stylist, and then she's really good. And now Drew has some married friends because she doesn't know how her marriage is right now because she doesn't know how hard marriage is because Aaron, talking to Ralph, Aaron has been married to Sonya for over 10 years. They've been together for nearly 20 years. And last year they had it rough. The whole Tampa Gate situation, which we never got full clarity on. Y'all opened up last season with Tampa Gate and just ended from that and started adding new shit. With this, it's gotten even worse. Because she wanted to know if it's worth it to fix it or divorce. Because they're still going through what happened in Tampa. And then we're doing marriage counseling, trying to make it work. Ralph's talking about he's in the process of writing a book. A guideline to the role of becoming a stepfather. He needed an assistant. He hired one. Drew went off. Drew said, I found text messages from said assistant that she wanted to give him a massage. So what's up with this? You are a businessman. You are his assistant. Why are you crossing those lines of wanting a massage or asking for one or offering one? So the fact that it was what it was really hard for her. She packed up her kids, packed up her home, and ran away to Chicago. Just like that. Just ran. Sonya's trying to give her encouragement with saying it doesn't matter. This girl don't matter. He loves you. Then Drew tells her that I asked him either it's me or your dreams. He will pick his dreams. What type of shit is that? Why would this man, who you've been with for 6 years, say, I will choose my dreams over fixing my marriage? Drew, I hope that you're not trying to open up about your life to not give us more about it. Because this is some bullshit. And this is what we're opening with already. Oh, y'all did this last season. I do not want me be invested in what this is going on that's going to get ended with something else that doesn't make any sense. I do not want that to happen. I don't. Kenya. Kenya's at home cooking with her daughter. Brandon is there. They are making some fabulous meals. She loves her daughter so much. Her daughter's her own person. Then everybody from Kenya to Drew to Sonia to Candy start receiving a video messenger from Marlo about inviting all the ladies to the little archive. Now, the invite is about seeing her fabulous couture design that she has earned and was given and purchased for the last 20 years. Dressed in your best black tie attire. Kenya got to give the shade, especially when it comes to presentation and image. If you want to do something big and grand, like the Ladam, or like the Ladam, the La Archive, make sure the message isn't from a cheap computer. I mean, it just didn't hit the mark. I mean, same point. The girl that she arrived was beautiful, but how long did she stand in them high heels holding this computer to give a message? Why couldn't it be dropped off in a little box? You know, like, why? Never mind. I'm going to go. Never mind. Sonia has officially lived in Atlanta for a year. She was here for 2 years when she was commenting on the Olympics. Now her and her husband live permanently in Atlanta. Her mom and her dad came to live with them. They redid the house, redid the floors. There's no sinks, there's no counters, but it's family, it's home. Then, of course, I see that her dad and her mom are talking about who's going to cook. Do you have the food? I like the food. I'm not cooking, no. In her Jamaican voice, I'm not cooking no Jamaican food. No, you don't want nothing. So her family moved to the States when she was 12, and she loves representing the United States, but they are tried and true Jamaicans. So Sonia and Aaron have been married for 11, but together 18 years. Oh my God, my voice. Excuse me. So she's been with him for half her life, but he will marry her again. And I love their story. I love them on their show together. They are so in love. And of course, their life story. They met in the college cafeteria at the University of Texas. She thought he was fine. And over that, she invited him over and she got what she wanted from him. And they've been inseparable ever since, which is what's supposed to happen. So they want to discuss having another child. Even though they do have a son, he wants a girl. Aaron wants a daughter. But he wanted a dog. And she wants to have another baby, but she doesn't want it to put strain on their marriage. And he said it might put a strain if you don't have one. It was a very tough conversation for them to have. After her son was born, she felt like her husband checked out. She was handling everything on her own, and her life was busy too. So she feels like if I'm having another baby, I'm going to be doing it by myself. Will my husband be there for me to help me? And literally, like, she is a busy woman. And having one child, as busy as she is, can be a lot. Having 2 children will drive her crazy. And her dad was talking about wanting to help her with the formula, help her out with everything. They was like, you're not about to help with nothing. Be quiet. But in all honesty, on a serious note, that is a lot. That is a lot. It's not being selfish though, but it's just it's just a situation. You know, her husband is still traveling with football. She's still doing her track. I do believe she's still in business with her sister. And she has a 4-year-old child. She's already busy as it is. You want me to stop that and have another baby where I feel like I'm going to be doing all by myself? That's not going to work. I had those fears too with having more children with my husband because he wanted a girl. And I was like, we got a lot going on right now. Do you honestly think we can fit having another baby? As much as I would want to, but I just feel like I'm going to be doing it by myself. And as a blessing will have it, I did have my daughter in the pandemic, but we are doing it together. So I'm not alone, but at the same point in time, it was a lot on me to think about it. But I didn't want to be resentful of me not having it, and I did not want him to be resentful of me not having one. But I'm happy that we both came to the conclusion to have another baby, and we got our family. Our family is complete. We got our son and we got our daughter. So I would not change that for anything. But this is a very serious conversation that can lead a lot, because the fact that it hurt their marriage before and she doesn't want to hurt their marriage again, I can see how this is going to be tough. So, Drew, she's back at her home doing a taste test for her meal plans. And Candy, who's the owner of a lot of restaurants, can tell good food. And Sonia, who is a fitness, she can tell, if foods are good, if foods are great. When everybody came into the house, they are introduced to her assistant, who is all the way over the top. And they gave him a shot of wheatgrass. And he was just extra as hell, especially with Candy. He said, yes, girl, gives you good libation, gives you good to get your hips moving and everything, child, Miss Legendary Burris. She was like, okay, honey, nice to meet you too. He was just extra, all extra, all right? So she's showing her first meals, because going back to the reunion, she felt a little bit body shamed by Kenya. Then, of course, she had a condition that I really could not understand. And then she had a hysterectomy. So she pretty much wanted a mommy makeover. But in order to maintain the weight and maintain her health, she did drop it with Drew. And in 3 weeks, she lost 25 pounds. First of all, Drew, you had a hysterectomy and then did a mommy makeover. A mommy makeover would mean that you had a tummy tuck. Your tummy is not tucked. It's not tucked nowhere. I still see the same weight. You do seem a little slimmer, but it's the same weight. There's no mommy makeover where. And you lost 25 pounds in 3 weeks? Candy was like, really? That fast? Then I did a comparison, side by side, of her body. That's not 25 pounds lost. That's barely 10 pounds lost, because your midsection is just a little bit smaller than the first picture. This is not a drastic change. It's not drastic at all. This is pretty much you lost 10 pounds in 3 weeks. Because like Candy said, I mean, you had a mommy makeover, but you're still a little bit thick. And Sonia said, I want to give her the benefit of the doubt, but I feel like she's not being 100 with me. And she's not, because that's not losing 25 pounds. Girl, you probably were in the same weight as me. I've lost 10 pounds, but I've lost 10 pounds in the course of more than 3 weeks, because my body goes up and down. Because having 2 kids, struggling with baby weight is a lot on my brain and on my system. Drew, stop lying to me. Just stop lying to me. So, then, where am I at? The benefit of the doubt, all that type of stuff. Oh, yes, Sonia. I was so surprised at Sonia in this scene. Sonia was like, can I say it? Can I tell her? She's like, tell me what? Because you dropped a bomb on me in the gym. Oh, shit. Sonia, are you starting off shit? Are you going to be the bone carrier? You going to be the one starting shit? Okay, let's see here. So, excuse me. She said, I got to tell her. Let me tell her. Drew said, okay, you can tell her. She said, Ralph had an assistant that sent him a text that she wanted to give him a massage. Candy said, bitch, please. That's not going to work for me. So, trying to be devil's advocate, like, okay, you think you could be tripping? You think it wasn't a direct message like that she sent him? Drew said, yeah, I thought that too. But then I thought when he fired her at the time, it would have been ending. But I see her number, I see her name pop up more and more. As she continues the story, Ralph conveniently walks in. He's like, oh, hello. I believe I came in something. What's going on here? Ralph, you just stood there and act like you opened the door. Don't play with me. Don't produce a scene. Is this a fake scene? It's a real scene. What are you doing? And I believe you came in kind of hostile because you want to clarify some things. It didn't sit well. So cool. Because obviously the story she's telling is not the actual story. So, hindsight. Science said, if there's a woman coming and making your wife uncomfortable, you need to come in and fix it. He said, listen. We've had 2 marriage counselors, and they pretty much understand the situation. How can they understand a situation that a woman is texting you saying she wants to give you a massage? How is that understanding? Ralph, what are you doing? That's not understanding. He said, okay, It was my back, right? My back was hurting and I was going through a lot of pain. Candy was like, oh my God, don't hit me with that bullshit. It was your back? Your back? Okay. He said Drew knew about his back, but she said, I did not know at the time. So she offered to call a massage therapist, but it's her offering her own services. It's what's crossing the line. Then he said, if she wanted to shoot a shot, she would shoot a shot. She did shoot a shot for asking you to give you a massage. So she asked him, Candy asked him, what was your reply? What was your reply? He started stuttering. It wasn't even like that. I didn't even pick up the phone. It was like, it wasn't even like that. It's like, well, I'm a guy. You know, my back's messed up. And I was like, boy, you gonna miss me with the bullshit. So we're not about to play these games. We're not about to play these games. You stuttering, you don't know your words, you don't know your lines. We're not doing this. The text message was, I should have came over giving you a massage. What was your reply? He's brushing off with, I'm a guy. I don't play those types of games. I don't think about stuff like that. And Drew said, well, she said, now I know for next time. Drew knows the answers. Why don't you know the answers? Because you know what the hell was going on. Is this real or is this fake? Let me know from this point, because this is stupid. You are opening the door for someone to come in to pretty much say she has no problem touching you. That's what you're doing. You're opening the door, and this isn't funny. This isn't cool. And I don't know why you think this is something that is comfortable or even thinking of comfortable to even talking about. You know what I'm saying? And talking about, what was your damn reply? You're opening, yeah. And you're not addressing the problem. Then, of course, what was the girl's name? Drew don't even know the girl's name. How is it that he hired an assistant to help him with the book and you don't know her name? Was you there in the interviewing process? Did you look at her resume? Did you sat there while he answered the question? Did you ask any questions? How do you not know her name? Maybe she goes by a nickname. I have no idea. But then he's looking around for help. Where is Todd? Where is Ross? Help me. No, you're not getting help from this. You're not. This is bullshit. Okay? And then he wanted to look at Candy and say, is your name real? Yes, my name is Candy. My name is very real. Don't come at me that way. Ralph, Drew, don't play with me with this. Please don't play with me. If this is something that's really happening, I'm going to need for more than just Ralph looking dumb and stupid. And you... I'll move on. So, it's the night of Marlon's event. Everything is all set up. It's a black tie event. Of course, people walked in. It's a gorgeous space. Gorgeous space. I love the mannequins. I love the placing of them. The outfits look gorgeous. It was confusing because these are pieces that she's worn, that she's owned, and what is she doing with the pieces? Is she selling them? What is the meaning of this? Now, Marlo said before, she wants to be exclusive rent. She wants to be a rented out service for TV productions, designs, runway shows, fashion shows, movies. She wants to be, an exclusive rental service for very top of the notch, very well-known designs and labels and brands for that. Even see the infamous J.Lo Versace dress. How do you get that? Marlo must have made some good money on this event because the space is not cheap. But Candy was expecting for models to come through to show else what she has. Sheree comes in. She sees Ralph and Drew. And they say, hi, I've heard of y'all. You've heard good things? Yeah, of course, good things. What you know, Sheree? What you know? Because that didn't look like a happy smile. That was like, ugh, I got some tea on y'all. So where's the guest of honor? It's 8 o'clock. And I think the event started at 7. Marlo coming in at 5, getting her hair done. She only had her frontal laid. She did not have anything else from the cap. It was just the frontal. And she's still getting ready. She hasn't graced anybody else. She was still getting her makeup done and her hair done. She wanted a break. They said, no, we got to finish. Waiting for Marlo to arrive. They're talking about Kenya. Kenya might come emotional because this is the evening that Kenya got cut from Dance with the Stars. Even though she did really well, I was watching Kenya on the show. She did amazing. Really, really good. She went really far. And she might be a little bit emotional. So everybody's pretty much giving her praise about how good she looked. And let's get to the fashions, if I can remember correctly. Sheree, that was an interesting Tweedle yard dress she had on with the fabric coming out. That was cute. Drew looked amazing. Her makeup looked nice. Her hair was very old, very gala. Sonya looked it nice. I loved her dress. I loved the green. Candy, her genie ponytail, I kind of liked her little fishtail ponytail. I kind of liked it with the white suit. Ty looked amazing. But the winner for me was Kenya. The winner was Kenya. Okay? Kenya came in this gorgeous white gown. One side was a beaded, jeweled diamond, and the other side it was all strapless, but the one side was sheer white with the strap on the side. She had a slit. She had these diamond studded, high stocking boots, side part pony, makeup, earrings. Oh my God, Kenya looked beautiful. Just magical in that dress, right? So from that point, Drew talks to Sonya about wanting her to meet Kenya. And keep in mind, I didn't have a good time with her, but hopefully you will. Sheree gives her the same advice to say, give her some time. She's a really cool person. Give her some time. So history, I'm talking about the history, which I feel like Drew was the one who made the history of having her outs with Kenya because she wanted to be up on Portia. And now, she's not the enemy, but I'm keeping a watchful eye out for her. No, Drew, you have to keep an eye out for you because I called your card. As soon as it came down to the trip, I called your card. And I knew I called your card. And I'm going to move on from that. And Kenya walks in. It's a grand, outstanding room. But where's the food? How you have a ballroom? There's no ball. Where's the decorations? Ooh, oh, and Kenya's confessional. Amazing. Gorgeous. So, of course, Ken gives her criticism. This is nice. Then her and Sonya, they met, how you doing? And they both agreed that the little archive is spelled incorrectly. There's no E there because it's from Paris, right? There's no E. Sonya talks about how she took French classes and she knew this was improper spelling. So Drew wanted to pull Ken to the side to have a conversation how last year they really couldn't connect and that Ken's wanted to start over because it wasn't that deep. Because even though she came to Marlo's event with the Kenya Moore hair care drumline. Kenya Moore hair care. The issue between her and Drew wasn't that deep. And it really wasn't. It was this heightened issue that Drew started, which I did not like. I'm going to still keep going to that point. So they're still wondering, where is Marlo? Where is she? Time went on. It was 7, it was 8, it was 9, and we still haven't seen Marlo. But I'm still seeing the familiar faces that they did say were going to be on the scene. I saw light-skinned Keisha there. I saw Angela Simmons there. A lot of celebrity stylists. So then she comes out, finally, in this beautiful peach blush dress with her nephews. And the pieces, these are all pieces that she has owned and purchased. Down the line, she talked about a Dior belt that Foxy Brown wore, a purse that Beyonce had in 2006, a Yves Saint Laurent Muse satchel, and Marlo's rinsing out her clothes. Now, of course, Marlo is an Amazon, and Candy was talking about, I can't fit her clothes. I'm 5'3". Marlo's like 6'10". If I was to wear any of her dresses, that's maybe like my daughter trying to wear mine. So basically, this is rental. Like, she purchased the clothes years ago, but she rents it pretty much half priced throughout the day. Like, the first gown she purchased was a Valentino gown, and that's the gown that she put 2 payments on. She bought it on because her credit card was at its limit. So she put half down and came back and put the half back. And she wore this for her 35th birthday. And the kimono she wore 3 years ago in the Atlanta series when he went to Tokyo. And she's not selling any of them. She's renting them in the industry. She wants to I can have a best friend closet. You know how you borrow clothes from your best friend? But you paid me to borrow clothes from my closet. And this ain't cheap. Drew wanted to know, is this exclusive for us? Can I put an order in to rent? And Marlo hit her with, when was your last gig? Damn, Marlo? Shading her? Oh, it's like that? Damn. She said, I'm just kidding. I was like, damn, Marlo, why'd you shading her like this for? It was fun shade. And she's going to change again her second wardrobe. You was only out for 5 minutes after waiting for almost 3 hours for you to come. Now you want to change again? Fine. Sonya still confused because I thought it was going to be a fashion show. There was going to be some runways so we can see more pieces. This all the pieces that she have. This all we're going to get. And Candy said that's what you get for thinking. So while she's changing, she says she spent over $40,000 for this event. And she knows she's going to make that money back from this event. She's confident she's making over $100,000 back from this event. So, see a lot of fashion, but Kenny said the same thing. I thought it was going to be a fashion show. Like, you describe yourself to be a queen of fashion, and you should be showcasing your fashion in different ways. Maybe a catalog of what you're selling or renting. You know, a lookbook of what you have, and a business card, you know, just those little things that Kenya feels like you might have missed the mark to get everybody to understand what you're doing, you know, as far as business and promotions, because you're just having a showroom, which the idea, which kind of like what Met Gala do, you know, they have ideas of all the fashions, you look, you gawk, you know, camera, red carpet, but then of course there is a lookbook, there is a catalog for people to look and see, you know, you've ever seen Ocean's 8? Where they had the Met Gala and there was a showroom of all the mannequins with the jewelry and the theme of the event, like you know, Renaissance theme and everything. It had it like that. And she said, I just had a vision, and even the mannequins don't have any wigs on. Then Drew said that we had somebody in common. And I think she's talking to Sheree. She said, who we have in common, girl? So an announcer who I thought was about to say something else, he just reintroduced Marlo. That's all he did, reintroduced her. And thought that something big was about to happen. Then Marlo had an outfit change. She wore this scrunched, beaded dress skirt that Sheree said she looks like the candy that my grandmama used to give me to be quiet in church. I know all about those strawberry candies, and I died laughing when she said that because that's exactly what she looked like. I said, what the hell is this, Marlo? I thought it was a scrunchie. I thought it was a mushroom, you know, with the spots on it. I'm like, but it's fine, it's cute. But the strawberry candy comparison was spot on. Then she gives a speech about growing up in St. Petersburg, Florida, how she was never thought she would be seeing Paris. She saw Paris. She was able to purchase fashions. Now she's all about fashions and making money. Tell them, you know, like that old money. Tell them. King said, I don't think they want to know about that. And then in her confessional, she said, I don't even think anyone would ever really want to know how Marlo makes her money. I believe that money is exchanged for her company. No sex. I believe that people will pay for her company. You know what I'm saying? And everybody's coming. She meets a very fashion blogger who has covered a lot of fashion moves, fashion ideas. And the fact that she's here, then the archive will just skyrocket. It will just be a success from that point. And even Ken don't even remember what the whole speech was. I don't even remember what she said. I was heard about buying clothes and making money. That's all she heard, and that's all it was. It wasn't really a introduction or really inspiring speech from that point. So Sheree and Sonya decide to go over there and tell Marlo how the other girls have been complaining about what the event isn't bringing, what they thought it was going to have, why isn't this here. I was like, I know Sonya is not about to go there and start some shit. You are really getting the bone carrier trait right now. And then, of course, it's kind of like this was like in Paris, like a museum where people come in, check things out. I got that, Marlo, but I think you dropped the ball on what was the actual goal here. I mean, come on. Food, you just had lobster bites. Where's the meals? And you had liquor. But yes, you didn't have any catalogs. They had to ask you. We're getting to that point. And then Sheree said that Kenya said that her event space was small. They're not happy. Where is the money coming from? Hold on, where's the money coming from? Sheree, I did not hear Kenya say that her space was small. She said it was a grand ballroom. This is an amazing space. That's what she said. I didn't hear small nowhere. Sheree, don't start. You just got here. Don't start, Sheree. Then she wanted to shade Kenya. From 9 years ago, when Kenya first got on the show, she had that apartment with the white refrigerator. Not the white refrigerator, honey. The voice of Mimi Leaks. I'm like, don't do that. Marla, don't do that. And then how she was driving Lisa Ray's Range Rover. And then here goes Sheree. I heard about that too. This was 9 years ago. Why y'all throw that in there? For real, Marlo? No. And then, of course, she's talking about how I love Kenya, but if she's not going to support me, if she's not going to be happy about me, then I'm not going to be here with her. I'm not going to do that. No matter what I do, if I'm doing something good, if I'm doing something for myself, she's not going to be supportive of me. She can't even give me a compliment. Then how it came down to 2 years ago with the Kenya Moore hair care. The drum line. Then Kenya talking about how Kenya is new money. Go get your house pressure washed. These girls are no couture. They're big girls. They don't know these things. First of all, that read came from Mariah Taurus Heavenly. Get your house pressure washed. She's new money. Okay, well, excuse me. Why are you coming so hard at Kenya? Girl. So Candy decides to bring the conversation up to Drew to Kenya. I said, Candy, you starting it too. About the whole assistant thing. How, was she attractive? Drew said she had a nice ass. Candy found a picture of her and showed her. Then the text messages. And then the girl put a post out and said, obviously, to whom it may concern, if I want to, I will. Sincerely, if I want to, I will. Girl, what the hell did that mean? Sincerely, but to whom it may concern, if I can, I want to, bitch. And if I did, I will. Girl. She said, well, that shade towards me, it did seem a little convenient, though. Because how did she know she was having that conversation? How did we know? So supposedly Ralph fired her, and hearing her name keep popping up, hearing that they still kept communication, it's kind of like, has he told her our business? That's complete betrayal. Drew, are you fucking kidding me with this shit? How is he still in contact with someone who you thought was about to come and get him? Come at your husband. Why isn't he cutting off communication? We need more of this, because I'm not going to do this. More. Kenya said, first of all, you need to tell him what's going to make you comfortable, what's not going to make you comfortable. Because this needs to be fixed, because this is some bullshit. Which is some bullshit. How the hell can she know we're talking about her? Who told her? The show hasn't premiered yet for her to hear her name or hear anything about her. So who told her? Who is telling Drew's business to somebody that knows her? Who's doing it? So Marlo comes in and instantly starts calling out everybody. So I feel like y'all complaining. How y'all thought it was going to be fabulous? It was going to be this. It was going to be decorated like Paris. Well, this is the idea that I got from Paris. So what the hell y'all talking about? Drew and Ken, y'all surprised. Because it's kind of like, who talking about? Who said that? So the one who fucking said it, who said it? Was it you? Why are you cursing at me? Are you directing that to me? So she's pissed, she's hurt, she don't feel supported. And this happens every time he has an event. You always come and fuck it up because you can't say how we're talking about having this and having that. Y'all got so much shit to say. But Kenny said, I believe we all said something about it. We were all asking questions. We were all talking. And then Marlon wanted to shut Drew down and said, first of all, girl, I don't even know you would even understand this because you just got here. Oh, it's like that? Yes, you just got here. What you saying? So, of course, she was like, oh, we're doing that? Yeah, because we were trying to direct that towards Drew. See, I'm talking to the money girls. The money girls over there that traveled, that has money. And Kenny was like, you talking to me and her? You better direct that to Sheree and Sonya because they was in this conversation too. And Sonya admitted, happy that she did, that she was one who started the conversation. Then Kenya said in her confessional, so Sonya went and told Marla what we've all been saying. Is Sonya a bone collector in training? She might be though, Kenya. She might be, and she's doing a good job about it right now. She's showing traits, and I'm surprised she's showing these traits, but I'm not mad at it at the same time. So Sonya said we all had questions about the events. We see Marlo standing up, looking behind Drew's hair and said, bitch, you got a French roll. I haven't had a French roll in 50 years. But it's a gala, bitch. Like over the top, French roll and buns and French curls and shit. Waves like, this is a gala. What are you coming to me about my hair? So she wanted to take nothing to read everybody else down. And then King said, first of all, learn how to read somebody first. Read it first. You know how? Read. Going back and forth. She still want to curse at Kenya. And she said, girl, take your used FedEx label to ship your used clothes to eBay. La Bay by Marlo. And then Bravo and their shady editing. They literally showed a commercial with the La Bay by Marlo in the eBay colors. It was hilarious. La Bay by Marlo. I give you Dior to Chanel. I wrote a lot of dicks for these pieces. I was on the floor laughing. That was too funny for me. Then, of course, can you explain how I said I love the pieces? I love the pieces. Kenny said I love the designs. I love them. But I was curious about how much you're making money out of this. How are you making money? So she breaks it down. Everything she's renting, she gets 25% off from it. 25% off the retail price. And the maximum of renting is 7 days. So she received 25% of everything rented by the day. That's a lot of money for wearing one outfit, but hey, that's how it works, which is a pretty profitable business to be in. So you're gonna rent all these, get 25% of it, and you're gonna make your money. It's crazy how you wanna wear something for one day, and you can't make me look crazy how I'm wondering where the money came from. And then she said, all this didn't cost more than a Birkin bag. Her Birkin bag was $10,000, but Marlo, you said you spent $40K. Make that make sense. And then she's claiming that the money that she's been saving from the billionaire she dated a decade ago have been lasting. So Candy says she must be pretty good with money if she making this work for her. Hell, she might be better than me. So this was light work, she said. So this is obviously a different type of conversation because she said the boys are eating good, they're sleeping good for what I'm doing. That's when Kenya asks, are the boys in private school? This really wasn't a shade question. This was a actual question to ask because she's thinking about it since you are doing all of this for them, for y'all to have a good life. Then Marla went to hit her back with, no, did you go to private school? No, I didn't. I went to a charter school. Okay, you're very smart, you're very intelligent. Thank you. Then she went to Candy, did you go to private school? No. Oh, of course you didn't because you're filthy rich. You're successful. Then she went to Drew. Did you go to private school? I actually did both, private and public. Oh, but you're not that successful, are you? And then she leaves with, continue to say, stay here, relax, and hate, ladies. That's what you guys do best. And then she'd leave and call them hateful bitches at the end. I was like, Marlo, why are you shading Drew so freaking hard? Why are you coming at her? How she did go to private and she did go public, but yet she's not as successful. And then you felt like she was not included in the money girls. Basically saying Drew ain't got no money. She ain't working. Like you asked, what's her last gig? That was so wrong, Marlo. Why are you shading her so hard? Marlo's starting the shade between her and Drew. She's starting it. And she started with Kenya, even though Kenya had her shade, but Marlo went all the way with Kenya. This wasn't Kenya's fault to start with. But girl, this was a really good opening for a really good season that I just cannot wait to get into, y'all. And we're gonna find out more. And I can't wait to find out more. But y'all, I was so here for this episode. I was so here for it. I'm excited that it's back. But that's it, you guys. That's all I have. Please stay tuned for my next video, and I'm going to see you guys later. Bye.